Hi, everyone. This is Jesse. Welcome to Hot Mess with Jess. I am your host, Jesse Pimpinella. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining with us. I have an incredible guest we're going to be talking with today. This person's open for me, but not only just open for me, she is headline. She is trailblazing all through the country. She will be international. I think she did Canada at least once. I'm pretty sure. I got to double check that. But anyways, without further ado, let me bring my dear friend on, Caitlin Menosky. Caitlin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Doing good. I got that right internationally. You went to Canada once and did stand up.
Yes, I've been to Canada a couple times.
Damn, I don't got the international thing yet. I'm just national right now. So you got international on you. So 2 countries so far.
Yes, 2 countries.
Damn. All right. What's it like in Canada? Well, tell me about the audience up there. Is there anything like you have to trim it back, trim it forward? What's the difference, would you say, with comedy done here in Columbus?
Truly just checking cultural references to be like, oh, does this translate? Did this happen? I have a joke about having to recall lettuce. And I'm like, oh, does Canada have they had listeria recalls for their lettuce, or is their Department of Agriculture on top of it?
Do you guys do recalls in general, or do you guys actually care about your people? Like, which one is it? You know what I mean? Or do you guys just low hush hush? You're like, just let them eat their maple syrup and watch hockey. They'll be okay, hopefully.
My favorite was I did a joke about family ties, and I was like, oh, does anybody here know what that is? And one of them was like, yeah, Michael J. Fox is Canadian. And so for the rest of my set, anytime I would say something, this guy would chime in from the back being like, we get it. Like he was just like the cultural check guy.
We get it, eh? That's so funny. That's funny. It's well, yeah, that's so cool. And Caitlin, you've been it's one of the things just kind of catching up with you. You've been kind of all over the place, doing a lot. I mean, like I said, I met you as a stand-up, but I worked with you first as a sketch performer. We did a sketch at Cafe Kerouac, and then we did stand-up together and stuff like that. And it's been a lot of fun. How long have you been doing it?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, and you've been in a few festivals. Like, what's a big festival you've been in that you've been pretty damn proud
of? Absolutely. Getting accepted to the Portland, Maine Comedy Festival was really cool.
Nice.
You need the opportunity to go to New England for the first time in my life, and I think I was the only person from the Midwest when I met.
Honestly, probably because it's so crazy how much you could travel up the dinosaur of our country. I call it the dinosaur of our country because if you look on a map, that's what I call it, the T-Rex part of our country, New England, because it goes a long time. Did you get so high up into Maine that the sun would start rising at 6?
Not quite, but I am familiar with that.
Yeah, dude, I thought I blew a gig one time.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't wake up early enough to travel, and I freaked the fuck out, and I was running out, and they're like, no, you're good. It's 6. I'm like, it was crazy. Yeah, no, it's insane. But that's so, like I said, glad you got to do that. That's so cool. Like I said, I've been watching everything you've been doing. You've been killing it. And obviously, I'm very excited to have you as Mrs. Claus for the Roast of Santa, which we'll be doing at # Comedy Club December 18th. And I'm actually, due to the last second thing, I'm actually going to be your husband for it. I'm Santa Claus this year.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yes. It jumped around a few times, and then I was just like, okay, I'll just do Santa. Because I told everybody do something different, and then I was like, I don't want to do Scrooge again. And I was whittling it down with the cast, and Scrooge is the last one. So I'm like, okay, I got to jump to the Santa boat as fast as I can. So I'm not the hypocrite who told everybody, hey, try to do a new character this year. And then I show up like, hey, what's up, guys? Just a complete dill. But
anyway. I've gotten surprising mileage out of that Buddy the Elf wig from
really
last year. I've gone as multiple grandmas and older women characters for different sketches or costume parties, and it's perfect because it's that real tight curl.
Yeah. Well, that was a funny thing that made me really notice you in comedy as well, is the dedication you go to for even sight gags, which I think a lot of comedians overlook those because everybody's like, oh, you got the jokes there. But I remember you and I were in a roast, and you get there early, and all of a sudden you have this giant makeup kit. You just open up, it's like a tackle box, and you're just like, and you did it the hell up, and you look great. And it just made me go like, wow, there is so much that I was missing as a comedian, because I was like, I'm just focused on one aspect, and she is thinking this more like 4-dimensional, 3-dimensional chess. Like, I'm not just going to be funny, but I'm going to look the part, and it struck harder. Because one of the things that made your Buddy the Elf hilarious was not only did you have the comedy to back it, but then you decided to drink a diabetic amount of Mountain Dew on stage in front of the audience and then lay on a huge burp. And like,
Yes.
nothing in my writing would have ever thought, oh, I should do that. But you did that, and that was so fucking funny.
And well worth the headache I had afterwards. Though my partners told me like, hey, don't do that again. You did it once, you don't have to do it again.
Now, you seem like somebody who's ready to put their body on the line when it comes to comedy. Like, I'm not saying like you're a huge physical comic, but you will do transformations. You will ingest things. You will go. What like? Do you feel like it's a driven? It's for the craft. Like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to sell myself hard on it. Or do you feel like it's just, I got to get that laugh. I got to get the laugh wherever the laugh is. You're like a mouse in a maze. Wherever the cheese is, that's where I'm going to go. Like, what drives you to do crazy shit like that? Because that's pretty intense.
Truly the self-satisfaction of being like, can I do that? Oh yeah, I can. Like, and you come from a theater background as well, so I'm sure that you've seen some people make some very tough choices on their body and different things for the pursuit of a role. So truly, some of the stuff that I do is very fun and easy, where I'm just like, oh yeah, I have to build, I don't know, a giant pair of pants for a sketch and like make suspenders to match. That's very low stakes compared to being a method actor that's like, I'm going to live in the woods for 3 months.
Oh my God, yeah. Like, do you ever hear like the shit that Jared Leto had to do? Like, the one method acting that blew me away was, have you ever figure out what he did for Morbius? Like, what he did?
No, I've heard the Joker behind the scenes, but not Morbius.
The Joker one's messed up because it involves sending used condoms to your cast members. But like, no, Morbius, what he did was like, so at the beginning of the movie, the pursuit of Morbius as a comic book character is he's looking for a cure for his pretty much a terminal illness. He kind of has, he has the 2 crutches that he walks on, so his legs are dilapidated. But when he was in character as a person with a handicap.
Oh,
so, and then when they yelled cut and he had to go to the bathroom, apparently he had people help him use the bathroom. Like,
I'm just into that headspace of being disabled.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like someone, he's at the toilet like, I need help, and like at some point a PA's gotta go, fuck you, dude. Just go.
Listen, I'm juggling a million things. Can you just piss by yourself once, please?
I just imagine these like, have you seen my band? Just like, shut up. I don't want to. Like, dude, what's fucking? He's such a creepy actor. But like, it's crazy. A lot of people that will go that far to do cosmetic things. Like, I messed with my wife. So you know that Maggie Gyllenhaal, she's directing The Bride, which is the Bride of Frankenstein movie, and Christian Bale is going to be the Frankenstein monster. And I told Sarah, my wife, I was like, did you know that Christian Bale actually got knee surgery to look taller? And for like the split second, she believed me. Because if you think of all the shit that Christian Bale has done to his body, why the fuck not?
I don't know if you've ever seen that viral graphic that went around years ago that was explaining like his weight at different roles.
Oh my God.
And it's like up and down and up and oh.
It has to be rough on your body. Like I don't understand it, but it's what people will do for the box office, essentially. That's what people will do. And speaking of which, that can give us segue into our hot mess headlines here. So the biggest thing everybody's been like Sydney Sweeney has just not had a year. Like, she had a kind of a blow up last year. Then she got the Gene commercial. What was your reaction to the Gene commercial? What was your reaction to that?
It was like, oh, it's kind of odd. I see that it's the homage to the Brooke Shields. And then I was like, the amount of people that were calling out like, oh, yeah, no, I understand absolutely where you're coming from and how it could come across that way is co-signing eugenics. That was not necessarily my first impression, but I absolutely understand. And it makes it worse because she's had multiple opportunities to like very clearly say that that's not it. And she refuses to do that. Like, girl, it's an easy no.
It's an easy no. I don't know what it is, but like some people will just be like, they'll double down, triple down, quadruple down, which I guess you have to double down, quadruple down, because then there wouldn't be a Fox Nation or anything like that. Because that's all their careers are, is double down, triple downing, and then you're on Fox Nation. Which I tell everybody this at the top, that if my comedy career doesn't start picking up in 5 years, I am going down that pathway.
I'm gonna sell out. I'm gonna rage bait.
Sell out so hard. I'm gonna be like the Kent State gun girl who's just walking around with a gun. Like, dude, she's gotten so much popularity for being completely useless. I'm like, look, I can either be honorable to my craft or I can make a house payment. It's one of those two at this rate, okay?
Mm-hmm. And every time you don't buy tickets, you push me this much closer to grifting. Careful, it's in your hands.
That's the new, that as comedians, that's what we need to do. We need to hold our audience hostage and be like, you did this to me. All right. Do you think I want to be Rob Schneider? Do I want to be Rob Schneider? No, but this is what you're doing to me because you didn't buy a fucking ticket. Now I'm Rob Schneider. But it's like when someone's breaking up. It's like when someone's breaking up with somebody, but they give them an ultimatum, except it's Rob Schneider now. But yeah, when I saw that commercial, the first thing I thought was, ooh, this is a good distraction from the Epstein stuff. Like, I literally thought I literally thought they're like, all right, somebody needs to fall on the sword. Let's put this out there. And it definitely distracted because like everybody started talking about that in the news. Everybody stopped talking about so that was my first response. And then I had the second response where people were like, oh, it's about eugenics, it's genes, which I didn't get that at first. And the reason why is because of that stupid baby talk accent she does. Because I didn't hear genes. She's like, I got good genes. I'm like, is she talking about her vagina? Talking about her vagina? Like, she's like, I got a good gine.
Yeah.
And then I was just stuck with a denim vagina stuck in my head the whole entire commercial, and the eugenics thing went over my head because I have ADD, and when I hear a word, and you're a comedian, when you hear a word, you'll get fascinatedly stuck to that word and then miss the point of whatever the hell anybody was talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, so she got the gene stuff that didn't go, and yeah, she like would just not apologize.
Like with the most softball interview I've seen recently. Hey, do you want to take a chance to say anything? And she went, if you want to know, I'll say something in the future. And you're like, the interview is the time that you say something, girl.
Is it? I've never seen an interviewer give someone like a night. It wasn't a gotcha. It wasn't
no. What's the opposite of a gotcha? Like a platter.
It was a help ya.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, you're 27. You're fucking dumb. You're a child. You don't know better. Let me lob one to you, and then you can clearly tell people you're not racist. And then it's like, nope.
No.
God damn it. It's like, this is not the time to double down. Just say you're not racist. It's not that hard. Like,
it's like, I'm done. You know it's bad when people are half joking about Trisha Paytas replacing her on Euphoria, someone whose politic is terrible.
Now tell me, wait. Who's Trisha Paytas? Tell me that real quick. Who's that?
Trisha Paytas is a YouTuber that is like maybe the oldest example of a lol cow, of somebody that's just making content. And everybody like loves her but hates her, and it's very problematic. I mean, she's done blackface.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And so everybody's like, yeah, Trisha Paytas, because she was announced that she will be on the cast for Euphoria. And people are joking. They're like, maybe Trisha's taking over for Sydney Sweeney's role. That would be great. She'd fit right in. Girl, I would not go outside.
That is such a bad, like, why would you do that? Dude, some of those, is she like one of those more like conservative, hardcore YouTubers, or was she just being dumb and doing the blackface?
She was just dumb. It was just
dumb.
like
Okay,
a 20. It was like 2010, and I think this is funny because other creators do it, and
got it.
I have 2 million subscribers, so no one's gonna call me on my shit. Like, it's not. How can you be canceled when you have people that pay your bills?
That's
no matter
true.
what you
That's
do.
true. Yeah, it's like it's some people they think they're so invincible that they can do whatever they want. I think that's sometimes this weird. It's kind of like alcohol and fame. Too much of it makes you drunk, and then you think you're invincible, and then you're in a drunk driving accident. And it's like, you know, because we're always told like, oh, clearly you never drive drunk. You never drive drunk. You never, and then you do it, and you're like, how the fuck can I do that? And I think it's like sometimes because anytime anybody's caught doing blackface, there's always this moment like, how did this happen? And it's like at not one point doing this did you think maybe I shouldn't? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you did this.
Let's call it as we see it. It took multiple coats for you to get it that opaque. You didn't think to stop?
Yeah.
You didn't think after the front, you're like, ooh.
You didn't trip. You didn't trip into the face. You took time to make it look good. It's like, no, you fucked up. You fucked up.
You contoured your racism, girl.
Yeah. But so anyways, okay, so she eugenics thing, she had a chance to back it up. She had a chance to say, no, I'm just doing a commercial. I'm an idiot. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. She skips past that. And then she does 3 movies. And it's so funny because the one movie every guy was like gooning on the internet about because it was Eden. So it was like apparently there was gonna be a scene with her and what's the one? Oh, God, the chick from Knives Out. She's great. Blanking on her name so badly right now. She was in the new James Bond movie. But like everybody's like gooning for like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest movie ever. These two are gonna probably kiss and still bombed in box office. Like people were that sick. Then Americana came out, that bombed, and then this movie bombed. And so this movie's like she's right now doubling down harder than ever because right now she's doing the comedy booker where no one showed up to the show, and you're like, listen, I don't do this to sell tickets. I do it for the impact. It's like. Yeah. Well,
it just kills me because it was very clear, at least to me, as somebody that isn't an avid movie consumer, that she was like, oh, this is going to be the awards nom. Like it's a biopic. I'm doing like a very significant physical transformation, not just the hair dye, but I think she gained like 30 pounds, 40 pounds, something like that. Did a lot of exercising. And it's like a very much like an underdog story. She was like, oh, this is going to be the one. And then you cultivate an audience of incels and you're like, they don't want to see the lesbian movie?
They don't. That on top of that, they don't want to see the lesbian movie about a woman who was almost killed by her husband and then escaped and is also an abuse victim. Like
they don't want to see that?
Yeah. You literally thought that was what they were going to go and watch. It's like, no.
The movie that you look the least like yourself.
Yeah.
No.
It's just and like I said, she had a chance to redeem herself and get fans to actually go see her shit when she had that interview. It's interesting enough, Letterkenny at one point, that TV show, they started noticing they had like incels and kind of white supremacy kind of fan base. And then they did an episode where the characters in that show literally joined up with a bunch of Native Americans and beat the shit out of white supremacists in order to draw a line and said, no, we don't fucking support this. And if you're a part of this, we're against you. And they weren't worried about losing fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she had her moment. She had her moment to do that with that interview and then brushed right by it. And yeah. So like, yeah, I mean, but like her career's caving. It's and like here's the thing. I was one of the few people that kind of was rooting for her because like I liked her in one movie, Immaculate. I thought that was interesting, even though it kind of copied the Omen movie.
Yeah.
1000% beat for beat. But I was like, you know what? She's going out there. She's trying to bring back rom-coms. I've been bitching for years that there's no more rom-coms or comedy movies. I'm like, all right. You know, my wife and I, we've made a deal like to go sometimes on principle, just go to the movie theaters and support a movie that we want to see more of. Because I mean, that's the problem. It's just like Hollywood is all about reboots and IPs and nobody wants to see original stuff anymore. And that's why I'm like, fuck, let's just go out, see a movie. Yeah, we're paying a little extra, but it's like it's to support it. I mean, here's the thing: I can't bitch as a performer getting people to come out and buy tickets for my show if I'm not willing to do the same thing and go support other people's shit. Whether it's a big conglomerate company or a small indie movie company that's in a mom and pop. So I try to like put myself in that perspective. Like, yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Hollywood's going to throw her away after this? Do you think Euphoria is even going to get another season? Because now she's not talking to Zendaya.
I think that after that, like they might write her character out of Euphoria. Yeah. Like it's my understanding they've already shot it. They're doing that press junket, but they might write her out after this. And I truly wouldn't be surprised if she did exactly what we talked about before we hopped on about just grifting. She is the perfect talk about being like a Gen Z Fox News correspondent. Like I definitely would not be.
She is this generation's Tommy Lauren. That's what she's going to be. I think she's going to be, instead of having the annoying voice, she's going to have the baby talk voice instead. She's going to have so that's, but it was so funny because before we were jumping on the air, Ruby Rose really put her in her place for saying like how she's a cretin. Because one of the things she came out and saying like, oh, I did this for the people. And then Ruby Rose, who is of the community that Christy is a part of, the character she portrayed, kind of shut her down. It was like, you're not part of this group. You're a part of a group that actually hates us. It was trying to wipe us away. And it was I was like, holy shit. And it was I was kind of waiting for that response because as soon as she said that, like, I did this for the people and that's just how it is. It was like a boomerang going out. I just sat there just kind of waiting there like, it's going to be back. Don't worry. It's going to come back. Someone's going to say something. And I was like, there you go. Ruby Rose, Batwoman. She fucking said something. So, yeah.
Doing that impression reminds me. That's it. What I've been trying to figure out. Sydney Sweeney's voice is like when you roll a marble in a box. Yeah. You're just kind of like,
yeah. You just got to let your face, like, you have to be, you're so hot that your body doesn't want to do anything because it doesn't need to do anything. You are so fucking, everybody wants to fuck you and give you money, and you don't have to do goddamn anything to anybody. You're like, no, I'm just young. that's what it is. Like,
that would explain her brain atrophying.
I would agree. But like, she just like, you have to have like resting droopy dog face and just like try to sound really sexy and like I'm gonna make another movie with Glenn Powell. It's gonna be great. It's like, yeah, but anyways, let's talk about another kind of turkey on the news. Have you seen this? What a good Monday morning to wake up to on this one. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, Kim Davis, like, what was it? I think it was like, what was it, like 10 years ago, 2015, she denied somebody. It was 2015, yeah, she denied the marriage.
It's like a county clerk or something?
Yeah, just a nobody county clerk saying, no, you're not allowed to get married to a gay couple. And then she gets sued. She loses that case fucking outright, like crazy. And then 10 years later, I guess she's trying to come back so that she doesn't have to pay the enormous fees. I think it's like up to the 300,000s.
Yes.
But what was your reaction when you first saw this fucking loser back in the media? Here's the thing. She's holding on to something for 10 years. She lost. Get over it. You fucking lost. You have 3 divorces. You have no right to tell anybody about marriage. Sorry. What were you saying?
So twofold. I found out because one of my queer friends posted a photo of her and her wife being like, fuck you, Kim Davis. And I was like, oh, okay, so we got a ruling. And that's always fun when you find out from the thread. And then 2, I don't make comments on people's appearance about things that they can't change, but she can change her goddamn hair, and it's terrible. If she had any gay people in her life, she would not leave the house looking like that. It's like a pie on top of her head.
Here's the thing, and this I'll speak on for diversity. Like, know people that are different than you. Know people that are different than you, because you will learn so much and you will grow as a human being. And isn't it the ones that don't do that? They look like their body stunted itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like her body is mad and frustrated that it didn't get to evolve like every other human being around her. Like every other human being is interacting with somebody, person of color, a different gender, a race, sexuality, also, and like your body flourishes. You're all happy, but hers, it just looks like she wants to give me a riddle before I cross the fucking bridge, and it's just. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just you're better than me. You took the high road of not saying things about her look, but me, I'm low key petty and I hate bullies. So what happens is
truly, her appearance is we have Michelle Duggar at home, and that is a horrible thing.
But yeah, no, it's just so funny that like because what's so funny is that if she wanted to do the bid to do this was the Supreme Court to do it for. And they fucking rejected her. Like, she has to feel like the biggest loser ever in that case. Because, like, think of it like this. Imagine, like, if somebody who's super easy was like, no, I want to have sex with you. Like, that's the rejection she dealt with just now. Like, like, the Supreme Court we have right now, they're, like, sitting there on their bench going, like, what fucking rights can we take away right now? You know what I mean? They're just sitting there.
Just chomping at the bit. And she couldn't even carry it across the line.
And they literally looked at Cam Davis and like, nah, fuck off, get out of here. But it's just like, and I posted a video on my YouTube, and it's just like, what is it about people that feel like they need to control how other people live? You know what I mean? When it doesn't affect you at all. Like your relationship doesn't affect my relationship doesn't affect your relationship, my relationship doesn't affect my neighbors, but it's like, what do you think it really harnesses in on a person's brain that they have to change something like this? I mean,
I think so much of it is they don't feel like they have control or they're happy in their own life, so they have to make it about other people. They're like, well, it can't be something wrong in my relationship or the way I live my life that has to be external. So you point fingers and you try to fix everything around you when you're like, no, you need to look inward. Like the reason that you're not happy is because there's 2 gay men in Denver, Colorado who just adopted a Pekingese. That's not who's causing your suffering.
Yeah. And like, and here's like, I hate when people use religion as like this cross they have to bear in order to do the things they need to do and stuff like. Because like, here's the thing, I thought I was religious. Apparently, I don't have enough hate in my heart to be religious. Apparently,
there's no hate like Christian love.
I guess I don't. Like, I'm cool with everybody. I love everything. I think God is love and love is love. And if a love between 2 people hurts nobody or does anything wrong or doesn't, listen, my biggest thing, my big philosophy is the golden rule, and don't be a fucking dick. If you're doing both of those, golden rule and not being a fucking dick, then I'm cool with you. I don't care. I will accept everything for what anybody is, who they are, what they are. But like, I just don't get when people start using, because like, I hate the fact when I tell people I'm Christian, because like, as soon as I tell them I'm Christian, I don't want people to think like, oh fuck, I can't tell them who I love. Oh, I can't tell Jesse what my gender is because he might be like, I'm like, no, I'm not like that at all. Like, it's like, it's so weird that you have to be like, oh, I'm like a diet Christian. Like, I'm not.
When you're like, actually, my flavor of Christian is more aligned with the big man upstairs, I think.
Yeah. I'm kind of about that loving everybody thing. I know it's so controversial to love anybody anymore, but but it's just so damn like, because I call it Christploitation. That's what it is. It's Christploitation. It's you're using whatever scripture, whatever Bible, just so you could hurt somebody and do whatever you want, and then you have that to fall back on. Like I'm not. It's not me. It's the word, and I got to do what the word says because the word says what the word says. And like, no, you're fucking hurting somebody for something that was written that didn't mean what it meant years ago, and you're hiding on it. It's a dickish thing, and that's why I seeing this loser in the news again fucking fall flat on her face was like you said you saw one of your friends that posted it.
Yep.
It felt great. It's like the beginning of fucking Wicked, where you guys are all like, good news, she's dead. I think someone have you seen the Wicked movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I love somebody who said like, live a life where when you die, that song doesn't hit number one on Spotify. Like that.
Yeah, that's a great place to start.
That's a great place. Like if you think if you die, that song hits number one, then you fucked up your life. You did something wrong.
Change some things.
Change some things. Look inward and do better. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of looking and doing better, this movie came out. I am so excited to kind of talk about it because, like, the comedians, I think we all have trauma, and that's what made us mental enough to go in front of a bunch of strangers in a bar on a hot night where everybody's flirting with each other, and then we're like, "So my cat's crazy," and then we get offended when no one listens to us.
Or I don't know. I've opened for so many games of Keno at so many bars.
Raffle. I've opened for games of Raffle, Keno. What else? I've opened. But yeah, no, I just love that this movie. I wanted to talk about tonight because it's like I love that it's the generational trauma that's in this movie is resonating with so many people. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but like have you noticed that movies are kind of leaning into generational trauma and like
it's the oh my gosh, what was the Disney movie? Not Coco. The other one that Lin-Manuel Miranda did.
Oh, was it the Nilo? Was the one where he goes to space?
No. Oh my gosh, with all of the different characters and they all have their gifts. I'm completely blanking.
Inside Out?
No. Encanto. It's the Encanto effect.
Oh, okay. Explain this. I have not seen this.
Oh, yes. So basically the story ends with the grandma who had raised her children and therefore it had affected her grandchild with all of this trauma, essentially, and they reconcile at the end. And it was a huge watershed moment because this came out in like 2016, 2017 with Disney. A huge watershed moment, basically, in children's animation, talking about generational trauma. And then every single Disney animated film or Pixar thing since has also been like, you know when we really loved when a grandma apologized? Let's keep that energy going. That fantasy that was a grandma apologizing.
It really takes you out of the movie. You're like, that wouldn't happen. It's like that wouldn't happen at all. Like, nope. You see how that elderly relative was concerned about how she said something and how it affected others? That don't happen.
No.
Dude, I think it's like when
she not only felt bad, but she'd change her behavior.
Dude, it's so crazy because like going on for the holidays, which that's gonna be coming up. It's like playing Frogger with conversations and trying to jump away from the hot button conversations and stuff like that. And because like I said, you just kind of accept like they're not gonna change. They're not gonna change. This is it. This is all that's gonna happen. And like I'm scared. Like I'm trying to fight that right now because like I'm so anti-AI, but I'm afraid like. What if being anti-AI is like the new bigotry that I don't know that it's bigotry yet? Mm-hmm. Like I'm scared. Like what if it is? Like I'm trying to be a little open for AI, but not so open for AI. Like we don't know. We don't know. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I mean, have you felt like how old are you right now?
I'm 29.
Have you felt okay? So you're about to turn 30. Have you felt yourself kind of rooting into principles that you're like, I am steadfast. Fuck everybody. Have you
Definitely, there's some times that I'm like, listen, my parents had a lot of bad ideas, but it's always some iteration of kids these days don't understand X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in the early 2000s, late 90s, but I also grew up in a very rural area, which means I actually grew up in the late 80s, early 90s because it's like 10, 15 years behind everything else. I had a Walkman, Jesse.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to.
Yeah. Okay. I will give you that, and I will raise you this. I was from a rural area as well, and from Youngstown. When we did elections in kindergarten. Because it was 2000. See, that's how I'm like, I'm about to say 2000. I almost fucked that up. They let us vote between Al Gore and Bush, and I chose Bush. Okay, I chose Bush. Like that, and I was proud of it. I went home and I was like, "Look, Mom, I punched a ballot at school. It's Bush." And my mom's like, "Fucking son." So yes, I was a little young Republican when I was like in kindergarten.
There is somewhere in some landfill a crayon letter that I wrote to George Bush.
Yes.
When I was 6.
Yes.
Being like, "Thank you for being here." And now as an adult, I'm like, that's hilarious. He probably never read it, but it would be the best letter for him to read at his reading level.
I hope to God he did get it, and like that's what kept him going. I hope to God. Like, here's the thing: George Bush is so simple. Like, imagine this: he has all these papers on his desk, but there's one in crayon. You're not telling me that's going to intrigue the shit out of him? He's like, "What we got here?" And he's like, "Everything I do is for Caitlin."
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer has all of the pictures of Maggie hung up in his office. It's just that, but it's my terrible crayon face.
I'll raise it up more. It's like that scene from where after Doc Brown was shot, and then Marty gets back in time too late, but he pulls out the letter he taped together, but except it's George Bush taped it. It's your crayon letter. Like, I kept it always. This is what kept me going through the 2000s when everybody hated me, when people threw shoes at me.
It's the final act. It's the final scene of the movie. He's at home painting something, and the camera glides across the desk. And what do you see at the corner? A little bit of a piece of paper with crayon on it.
The violins cue. Yeah. No, fuck, man. That's the way to go. But yeah, no, generational trauma is like, but generational trauma bonds the shit out of people. It's like, because you get PTSD from that, and like,
yeah, absolutely.
And like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like I'm closer to my brother and my sister, and I'm like we get certain things that like look. I'm not saying like we had a good childhood, but there was some stuff that like I'll give you a good example. I was being such a fucking smart ass in front of my mother one time while we were in the car, and I was like 7, and she like pulled over the car, and she's like, "You know what? You're right, but you could be right on the side of the road." And she drove off with my brother and sister in the back seat. So like I'm on the side of the road, fucking scared. Unknowingly, she's around the block. She can see through the backyards and see.
Yeah.
But I don't know that, and I'm just on the side of the road thinking, I'm fucked. So like there was just so many of those moments, and now it's like I'm afraid to pick a fight in a car now. Like I'm so submissive. I'm such a bitch. Like someone could be like, "I'm fucking right. The sky's purple." I'm like, "God damn, you're right."
Oh yeah, whatever gets us to giant eagle faster, I guess.
Oh shit! But anyways, let's since we're going kind of in a deep dive with our emotions and stuff like that, let's get into it. Let's talk some proud moments in your career. Now, like I said, one of the things I want to highlight in comedy is like this is a fucking hard thing we do. It's a hard thing we do, and people see the moments, the 20-minute set, the 30-minute set, the hour-long set that we do, and it's amazing. It's glowing, and everybody's like, "Oh, fuck this!" But no one knows, like, for every 1 hour, maybe there's 10 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours behind putting together that 1 hour, and it's a lot of effort. So I do this segment because I want people to see, like this is what goes into it. Like when you're going to a show, you're not just paying for the night. You're paying for you're seeing almost like an athlete at their finest. You're seeing a comic at their finest. You know what I mean? So you obviously have tons of proud moments. We kind of talked about a few of them at the beginning of the show, but what would you say is it's 50 years into the future, you have grandkids. At this point in your life, let's say at this very point in your life, what would you say is the proud moment that you would tell them?
Ooh,
I put so much stake on it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to answer this as a twofold because they're both very proud for different moments. So first I was able to do a set at the Stand. So arguably, the second best comedy club in New York. I was able to go there from a headliner that I opened up for in Ohio that really liked me and invited me out. That was awesome. The second proudest moment, I felt like I didn't do very well afterwards. And I definitely like let myself feel that and let myself be upset and be like, you feel like you blew it. Like you feel like you didn't do as well as you should have. You were really nervous. And like you perform when you reach a certain level of nervousness, your body has a physical reaction where it's you actually have to coach yourself out of it, where you're like, no, I'm like, my arms are tight, or my voice is not, it's cracking. And you're like, I didn't do as well as I thought I would. I was so nervous. I still worked through all of that. And I woke up the next day being like, okay, I'm still disappointed, but it doesn't hurt as bad. And like, we just got to get back up on the horse. And I know that once I started, I would not have had that resilience to be like, it's a long game. This one show is not going to make or break you. You got to just keep moving forward. You're allowed to feel sad, but like, you can't let that stop. Yeah. So twofold was A, opportunity, which was super cool, and B, how I dealt with feeling like I didn't do as well as I wanted.
Yeah, no, that is tough. And I think a lot of comics, we're so afraid to admit when we did something wrong or did something bad or didn't have the perfect night. Cause like it's so much value is put upon our actions. And anytime we feel like we didn't do good, value goes away from our craft, but not us. But we feel like it goes away from us because we are our crafts to a certain extent. We are kind of these vehicles that we run our jokes through. I mean, we are the living bodies that go through the experience, which then become the jokes later on, whether it's story, thought, event, experience, things that happen to you, upon you, to you. And we talk about it on stage, but it has to begin with us as a person. Like, you can hate a movie for the bad acting. You can hate it for the bad writing.
Yeah.
Those people can divorce themselves from it. But when we're on stage and it's us, and it's tough. It's a tough rejection. And like I said, you've had many great sets. I've seen you kill many times. Even when for a second, if the room doesn't know what you bring them right back, which I think is a true testament to being a good comic. Because I think any comic can lose the room. It takes a great comic to bring them right back and reel them back in. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, never measure a comic on losing an audience. Measure if they get them back in a second. If they get them back in a second, you're good. You got them. You have them. You're great. That's true skill. Now, like I said, what did it take for you to get to that mentality? Because that's not an easy mentality. That is not something you looked yourself in the mirror and said, okay, I failed.
A couple just like pieces of advice that I've definitely picked up from different places. I'm trying to remember. There's a UK comic. If the name comes to me, I'll share. But she's talked about that she only gets to, when she bombs, she only gets to feel sad for 24 hours, and then the clock restarts. That's just a personal boundary that she set for herself. And I'm not so like fast and strict with it, but I'm definitely like you're human and you can feel sad. You can feel disappointed when you feel like you didn't do as well as you wanted to. You can feel really frustrated when you're like, I thought I was really in it and the audience wasn't on the level that I was. And it's a live art that's going to happen. Yeah. And so just keeping in mind, like, am I checking in the next day with myself? And I'm like, how are we feeling? Is the sting kind of out of it?
Yeah.
Like, and knowing that also every comic I've ever known and loved, people I haven't met, but like, my idols, they've all had bad sets. All of them. I think it's Jimmy Fallon has a series on his YouTube channel of like the worst time I ever bombed. And sometimes I've gone on there after a particularly bad set and been like, oh, Jim Gaffigan has a story like this.
Yeah.
Mike Birbiglia has a story like this. All these people that are titans in this art have all had bad times. And then the third of just like, what can I learn from this? Bombing is only useless if I can't learn anything from it. To the stand example, that sharpened into focus how much of my material is about being from the rural Midwest. And I was performing for an audience in Manhattan. Some of them were tourists, but I imagine a lot of those people were very East Coast city people, and it was hard for them to wrap around. So like, okay, how can I make these themes more universal? How can I shift them so that they resonate with a different audience? Or simply, how can I give myself an off-ramp next time that happens to switch to another joke?
Yeah.
I had planned my set so much around like, this is about me and these are the jokes that I do and yada, 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 that I hadn't really explored an alternative option. And now I'm better prepared in the future.
That's great. And that's good. So like you took an opportunity, you actually made your jokes even better than they were already. And you found multiple ways that you can take pathways in and out of the joke so you can fit to your audience, which I think is a great mindset to have, because I think a lot of times in comics, and including myself when I was younger, sometimes our anger gets so easy. We just want to say, fuck that audience, that was a bad audience, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I always tell comics, I'm like, if everybody before you killed and everybody after you killed, and then you were the dud, which I've had that before. I did a show for Natalie Quirky. It was at it was in the German Village in Columbus. But anyways, like there was 10 comics in front of me. I bombed, and then part of me was like, well, maybe the audience was tired. And then the next 10 killed, and I'm like, oh no. Statistically, I suck. But I think the best way to measure it is also you're only as good as your next set.
Yeah.
You bomb tomorrow, great. Then the gig you got tomorrow, they don't remember it. They didn't see what you did. They don't.
Yeah.
And you gotta go and kill that one now. You gotta throw it down there. But I think that, like you said, the way you took that is tough. It's not fucking easy, and I want to give hats off and credit to you, because that's not easy, and that's one of the things about comedy is we don't get compliments from each other, especially as we're going through our craft. So I want to say that you're awesome for that. That's really cool that you did that, and that's awesome you got to do it at the stand. That's amazing. So that's really good, and I think that to have a headliner vouch and say, hey, I want her to do a show there, I think that to me is a bigger testament to who you are as a comic versus the actual performance you gave, because you have to imagine they vouch for you. Yeah. So that's fucking awesome. That's really awesome. But anyways, before now you got all that advice from other people. Now I want to just close out with this saying, what advice would you have given to yourself or someone else who went through that? What would you, based on your experience, is there something unique to you in your thought, what you would say for yourself?
Ooh. I always want to give people the advice that stick to what you think is funny first, and then work, because let me broaden out. When I was first starting out, and I've noticed comics as well will sometimes do this, they were like, okay, so I'm picturing myself on stage and I'm saying this joke, and you're like, no, what is a funny thought that you have? You make your set, and then the audience gets to decide whether or not they accept it. If you're trying to get in the audience's head without ever bringing this material on stage, that is going to be a losing game. Because I have said things that I didn't think they were particularly funny that have gotten a very good reaction, and vice versa, where I've been. And then, so just like keeping in mind, like, when you're trying to do too much of that mind game of predicting what the audience will like, now you're catering to, quite frankly, a person that doesn't exist, because no audience is a monolith. And now you're also not doing the thing that you think is funny that's going to read as authentic to you, because you're trying to guess what someone else would want. And then a smaller piece of advice that's just a personal rule. If I tell a funny story to my friends 3 times, I have to take it on stage. It might not go in my act, but if it was funny enough to tell my sister, my brother, and my coworker, I should.
That's good advice. Because like a lot of times we do our writing, we don't even know we're doing it. We say something, and we're like, oh my God, that's good. I should write that down. And then, yeah, no, like I have so many scraps of paper all over my desk right now. No, that's a great piece of advice. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for when I do that now, because I'm like, if I tell the story 3 times, bring it to the stage. That's a good advice. Thank you so much for that. All right. Well, anyways, we're getting down to the final part of the show. So we got 2 more things we're going to do. We're going to do something called the Crash Out Couch. So this is your time where like I said, throughout all day. So all day, let me explain this. So all day, we always have to, be polite. We have to be composed as a human being. We have to have regular thoughts and regulate our thoughts all the time. This is your time you could bitch and moan about anything you want to an audience. It could be something big, it could be something small, it could be a pet peeve, it could be something that annoys you, it could be something wrong with our country, wrong with the world, wrong with your family, wrong with relationships in general. It could be whatever you want. You got 60 seconds. When I do this, that means you have 10 seconds left. And when I do this, you wrap it up. Okay? All right.
Sounds good.
Are you ready? All right.
Ready.
And hold on, I'm going to wait till it hits 50-50. Go.
Okay. So many of you need to break up with your boyfriends and girlfriends. I swear. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't condone affairs. They're bad. But I understand when you're in a relationship for 25 years and you got 3 kids and you got a house and then you're like, I feel trapped. Girl, he has his own apartment. You have your own apartment. You don't even share a Netflix account. Leave him. You're unhappy. Go. You have nothing to lose. Oh, it drives me up a wall. Just break up with him. My God. People are like, I don't know. Well, but what do you have in common? How would your life change tomorrow if he wasn't there? Do something about it. The power is yours. Oh my God. I do not understand people that'll cheat or open a relationship or try to fix things that they aren't happy with when there's like 0 stakes involved. Just have a clean break. My God.
Beautiful. Now, let me ask, do you know people that are going through that situation and you're hearing that and you're just like, Jesus Christ, shit or get off the pot?
Absolutely. A friend is just like, I think I kind of hate my girlfriend. And I'm like, leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Go. Also, I know her. So now now you've burdened me. Because now every time I see her, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the girl that my friend hates.
Oh my God. Dude, I get that. Like, it's like a lot of times people, they think like a breakup is failure. And it's not failure. It's not. And like, I know like generations ago, people getting divorced, that was like bad upon the family. Like you can't talk to anybody about it. Like my family was one of those families. But then I think they watched that in their families and now they incorporate that to breakups. Because like, I the biggest person I always say is Christopher Titus, love is evil. That will teach you everything about love. Because the one line he says that I absolutely love is when you die, you don't get a coupon. You do not get reimbursed for the 6 years you put in for a bad relationship. If it's 2 years in and you know it's shit, get out before it's another 4. But yeah, no, that's I can tell that was weighing on you.
I've told so many people, anyone that will listen, and even people that won't. I hate people that stay in relationships when there's literally nothing tying you to that person.
Why do you think they do it? Like, you've talked to these people, you know them. Why do you what is a purpose for holding out?
A comfort, honestly. They're like, well, it's either the misery I know or it's the misery I don't of being single. And to that I say, if all you want to do is hook up with people, you can do that without, bogging down this other guy's life, vice versa. It's on both sides it's on every gender, quite frankly, but I don't my hatred does not discriminate.
No, this is a human thing. If you have a pulse, this is a human thing. Like this goes beyond race, gender, sexuality, and everything. This is just being a human being who either knows when to call it quits or stick it out until you're miserable. And yeah, no. That's such a good crash out to have. That's a great crash out to have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're wrapping up. We got to do our hot mess quick fires. These are just quick questions. Now you can expand on them. You could just give me one answers, or you could be like, well, let me explain. You have the option to do that. You have free will. So all right, let's get down to this. So a dumb thing you've done in your career, something that made you like that every time you think about it.
Signed up to do a comedy show at a rest stop in Pennsylvania.
Wait, okay, paint the picture. What did this rest stop look like?
Oh, it was just a rest stop off of the highway, and they're like, we're doing Fest Stop, everybody. It's like a comedy festival at a rest stop. And I'm telling my friends about it, and I'm like, yeah, I can't go out. I can't stay out late. I got to get up, and I have like a 5-hour drive to this place near Erie, PA. We're doing a show at a rest stop off the highway. And my friend goes, why do you do this to yourself? My other friend from the back of the car goes, you got to learn to say no.
You got to. Caitlin, take it from me. Say no sometimes. I've started saying no, and better gig will come in. I promised you. So did you have to get on a turnpike to get to this place?
It was a PA next to a picnic table.
Oh my!
And it was just comics, and they're like, all right, everybody gets 10 minutes. And the guy that's running it is just like, I'm not gonna be militant with the light. I was like, I would hope the fuck not. Time out.
So this wasn't even one of those rest stops where like it looks like a mini mall with the store and the restaurant. So this is like they got shitters right there, and they got the cement table. Yep. Holy shit! What time was it?
Oh, it started at noon.
Okay, thank God. I'm thinking you guys went there at like 8 o'clock. I'm like, Caitlin, like you're gonna end up on the first 48.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
You might be the first episode where audiences go, I know we shouldn't blame the victim, but she's a comedian, so fuck her. Yeah. But okay, so it was a nooner. It was at a rest stop, which the fact it was a nooner makes it even more funnier. What else can you tell us about this gig? And then we'll move
on. Pay was tip based. They had a bucket. Which is just like, there's nothing like somebody that's like, oh no, we have another 2 hours to Buffalo. We gotta like gathering the whole gaggle of kids in the minivan, and we're like, hey, do you want to tip these comedians for telling some jokes as they're trying to beeline to and from the shitter?
Oh my God. You know what's better than a 4-hour trip? Turning it into a 6-hour trip because someone's doing a nooner. God damn. All right, Caitlin, you might have beat. I think you might have the worst gig than me. So I don't know if I should feel bad for you or try to fucking outdo you and find that truly bad gig out there so I could one up you or down up you, whatever it would be. Coming to that. All right, let's jump to another one. Something you wish people knew about you.
I do care what you have to say. I just don't like making eye contact. End of there.
Is it okay? We'll end it there. Fair enough. All right. Name a situation where you were the asshole.
Oh, so many. How do I start? I had a phase in high school where I would correct people on the pronunciation of their own last names.
Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, you
not good. I remember my friend last name is Wen, Vietnamese, and he was like, it's Wen. And I was like, are you sure? There's a G in it.
Oh, is that like, I imagine that's like, you ever have those regret I call it regret seizures? Like you're in the you could be in the shower and you're just like going through what you have to do for the day, and then all of a sudden you're like, when? And you're like, ah!
Oh yeah. No. When I'm driving, sometimes that'll hit me where I'm like, oh God.
I get regret seizures, and I get those seizures when I'm in the shower all the time. Like anytime I'm in a place, driving's another one. Like anytime where I'm isolated, where I can think, That's where they're just hiding in the bushes, like waiting. Because I remember one time what I did was, this was by accident, but I was totally an asshole in the situation. It was an accident though. My one buddy, he got hit in the eye. We were funning around, and I accidentally hit him in the eye. I felt bad. He was walking across the street, and I'm saying bye to him. And we were downtown Columbus, and I yelled at him like, "Hey, hope your eye is better." And then right next to him was a homeless man with an eye patch, and he turns at me, and I'm like, and I tried to point to my friend. I'm like, "No, look at him!" And that guy was just like. That guy did not want to hear me. Like he's like, that guy was like, "I want to stab you right now." like it was like I was like, "Oh, this guy literally thought I taunted him," and I felt so bad. All right, I'm gonna give you this next. We can skip this next question because I think it's safe to say you answered it. It's all right. Here's a good one. All right, what is your personal definition of making it?
If I am able to pay my bills with comedy, whether that's touring, comedy writing, whatever, not lavishly, but like if I can replace the income I'm making now with comedy.
That's great.
Making it. Yep.
And it's great because like you just want to do the art. You're not looking to get so big you're doing Capital One commercials. You're not doing the sports betting commercials. You just want to put dinner on the fucking table. I get it. Fucking A. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then let's see. That's about it. But hey, thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, no, I absolutely love, like, this is like why I wanted to do the show like this, because like I have so many fun conversations when I'm alone with a comic one-on-one and we're just talking in the car traveling to a gig, and just like you get to pick. Here's the thing: I hate small talk. I hate how's the weather? What is good?
Yeah.
I want to ask the deep questions. I want to be like, what was the moment that made you go, "Fuck, I'm a horrible person"? Like, I want to know that moment. And but that's not a conversation other people are willing to have, except comedians and performers, because we want to talk. We want to be like, "Oh, I'll tell you what that moment is." But yeah, Caitlin, this has been so cool. Thank you so much. Tell us how we can follow you and support you.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Caitlin with 2 eyes, which is just my name, Caitlin, and then the words with 2 eyes after it.
It's so brilliant, because if anybody fucks up your name while doing the hashtag or the handle, your handle explains what they did wrong.
So that's really what frosts my tips. And then YouTube at Caitlin Menosky and Facebook at Caitlin Menosky. There's no others, so I should be easy to find.
Well, send me your YouTube, because what I'm going to do is when I post this, go live, I want to invite you on a collab, so then it goes to your thing. If you want, of course. I don't want to be like just like.
Absolutely.
I feel like collabs are kind of sometimes dangerous. You're like, you're in this, and now I want it on your profile. It's like, has anybody given you an unwanted collab yet?
Someone tagged me in something that was just like gay comedian 3 question marks, and it was like my face.
3 question marks.
And I'm like, I mean, yes, I am a member of the LGBT community, but that makes it sound like I'm upset.
There's a random exclamation point. Am I enraged a little bit? I don't know. Yeah. And then what I know you're going to be at the Attic this weekend.
Yes, I have a show at 7 p.m. and a show at 9 p.m. So you can catch me there twice.
Definitely. And like I said, go to her Instagram. Like I said, if you have a link that has like all your shows and everything. So check it out, follow her, do all that stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in so much. Like I said, we'll be back next week. Our episodes go live every Thursday on Spotify, YouTube. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Again, great to have you.